My background, I did a art A-level and then went on to university, did my art foundation and then my fine art degree in Northampton, where they had a really big printmaking studio. Mainly now I do drawing, so I don't really have, you can't really do printmaking at home very easily, but you know, at uni I made full use of printmaking. So here's some of my early prints. If I just pass them round, in my first year I was doing a lot of work sort of based around images of birds, and also then moving on to sort of looking at museums and like museum pieces. I don't know if you know any artists that are inspired by like museums and sort of cabinets of curiosities and things. Susan Hiller did a piece where it's boxes of all these odd objects, kind of, they're all like mummified birds that I saw at the Science Museum. And particularly on that print with all the like mummified birds, I've used lots of different techniques. So they're all etching, not dry point. Does anyone know the difference between etching and dry point? Well, basically, instead of just drawing into the plate directly, you actually put a wax layer on the plate, and then you draw into that, and then you put it in an acid bath, so the acid bath does all the hard work for you. So I don't know how you found drawing into metal plates. Did you find it a bit tricky to get like a nice line? Because I haven't really done it before and I found it really tricky. Whereas, you know, with etching, it's a longer process. I mean, printmaking, we found it's messy, it takes quite a long time, it's quite a lot of hard work, rubbing the ink into the plate and things. Well, with etching, you've got another process before you even get your plate made. But it does mean that, so with this one, I just used a bit of wire wool to draw into the wax because it's that much softer. So, and then these ones, that's using, I think, white spirit or something to paint into the wax, and that removed it. And this is a totally different, this is a different technique. This is aquatint, which is something completely different. But so you can get sort of more variety of marks, I guess, in a sort of easier way. And then I suppose third year, my work changed quite drastically. I started looking at my own drawing and like the way that, I don't know whether you found when you were sort of at primary school, you sort of probably found that you really enjoyed drawing, and then maybe teachers sometimes tell you to draw in a specific way. They start wanting you to draw realistically from life and things, which is a really good skill to have. But I wanted to move away from that, move back to like a really more like a childish way of drawing in a way. Looking at artists who also were untrained, sorry I'm missing you out a bit. So like self-taught artists who sort of maybe, I mean, you get a lot of art, there's called outsider art, which means like artists who are self-taught maybe from prison or from hospital or sort of from different backgrounds. And then you get things which are very different to what you see in your standard sort of gallery. Yeah, so these pieces are sort of how my work is now, really. Quite. Yeah. And sort of, I don't know if you know, if anyone knows David Shrigley's art. He's quite a good artist to look at. He's very funny, draws in a very like, messy way, looks like he's made those mistakes. Yeah, what else? Don't really know. So yeah, but I'm really interested in like storytelling and kind of getting more into illustrative stuff now. So yeah, that's me. But I don't know if you could kind of, has anyone got a, I've got one, so my dry point, I quickly did a dry point last week, it's not very good. But can you kind of see the difference between the lines? I mean, on these ones, can you see the line, did you see how different the lines were to perhaps what you were getting with your dry point? Like these ones are kind of really sharp, and then dry point it's a bit more feathery. I don't know, found that? This Right. Yeah, so this week I think we're doing colour, so some of them you'll be applying colour with watercolour like I've done here, and then we'll also try putting some colour onto your plates and sort of maybe removing some of it and maybe rollering someone as well. I don't know if you saw that top roll video, they've seen that as well. No? Okay. But yeah, so we'll have a go at that. I think that's about it really.
Good. Anyone got any questions at all? Nothing at all? Okay.